Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video edition with Shalom. If you're seeing my face for the first time, today's video is so important in the sense that I've seen a lot of videos talking about Nigerians and Kenyans. I've made quite a few myself. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see one or two that I've talked about. I've seen a lot of people talk about culture shock. I've seen a lot of people talk about things they love about Kenya, some misconceptions Nigerians have about Kenya. I've done quite a few myself. But one thing that is missing that I think a lot of people have not really been talking about is that though the two countries are so far apart, I understand that we are so different, our ways of life are different, our cultures are different, our food is different, the way we dress, the way we think, the way we speak, they are so different. But how many of you have thought about things that we actually do alike, the things we do the same way, exactly the same way, and there's no difference? That if you go to Nigeria, you see it like that. If you go to Kenya, they do it exactly the same way. I think I've not seen a video that is elaborating much on this type of thing, and this is what I'm doing today. If you know any other points that we can learn from, please put it down in the comments, because I'm going to be mentioning 5, or let me just say 5.5 or 6 kidogo points of things that we actually do exactly the same. Please subscribe to the channel and let's dive right into the video. The first point on my list is the fact that we both pay bride price. Yes, I understand that the president-elect, which is the current deputy president, William Ruto, is our in-law in Nigeria. I think his daughter married a Nigerian, so we guys are in-laws, okay? It is the responsibility of the groom's family, because Nigerian community are mainly patriarchal. I think it's exactly the same way in Kenya, because in Nigeria you can use money, you can pay with drinks, you can pay with cattle, you can pay with clothes, you can pay with bags. There's a lot of varieties of bride price that you can pay according to the cultures, according to the tribes. In Kenya, I think they pay bride price, and it is the function of the groom's family and the groom to pay the bride price. I understand that they too can pay in form of cash or in form of cattle, but it is something that is widely understood in Kenya that if you want to marry or if you want to get a bride in Kenya, you have to put it in mind that as a groom you have to pay bride price. I'm sure your president's daughter, you guys you collected bride price from us, right? Didn't you collect bride price from us? The second point on my list is that we are both diverse countries. In Africa, there are some countries that speak mainly one language, like former Swaziland, which is this day Eswatini. In Nigeria, we have over 500 languages being spoken by over 250 tribes. I understand that in Kenya they have like 46 or 47 tribes, but in Nigeria we are more than 250 tribes and we speak over 500 languages, because in each of those tribes you can find 2 or 3 dialects. They speak the same language but the dialect is different. During the course of my videos I've been making about Kenyans, a lot of people have been confusing me on the tribes of Kenya. I said in my previous video that Kenya has 46 tribes and that they added the Indians, we make it 47, but there was a comment, I think I saw 2 or 3 comments of people that said Kenya has 42 tribes or 43 tribes. Please guys, can you clarify that for me in the comment section? If you have any other thing to explain about that, please, I will be glad to know more. This third point is a little bit brutal. Before I mention it, disclaimer, KOT guys, don't come for me, because this is just the absolute truth, except you don't want to be truthful to yourself. Nigerians and Kenyans will suffer from corrupt leaders. Let me repeat it again. We have African leaders that they don't respect people. The only thing they care about is making election promises without delivering them. There's bribery everywhere, there's corruption everywhere. It's just that corruption has levels, okay? In Nigeria, let me just say, corruption level, maybe our corruption level is in year 4 of university. You know, we are about to graduate, and let me just say Kenyan corruption level is at year 1. That's just the difference between, but the bottom line is there's corruption in both countries. I've met Kenyans, a lot of Kenyan friends that have complained bitterly so much about this. We have cases in ICC that we are still battling. Even their president-elect, I think he has a case also in ICC, which I don't know about. I'm just saying that African leaders, you guys need to do better, okay? Our politicians, they are not favoring us with all these corrupt practices. Now, before we go to the juiciest 5th point, let me quickly ramble through this 4 fourth point. You don't want to miss the fifth point, believe me. The fourth point is that we're both colonized by the British. I got a comment one time like that where a guy was telling me in the comment section of one of my Kenya video that it is my video that made him know that Nigerians are colonized by the British. I was like, yo, do you think we were colonized by Portuguese? Let me tell you, yes, Nigerians and Kenyans are colonized, but we have the same colonial master. Now that's why we both speak English. The juiciest of the juiciest reason, which is the fifth reason on my list, is that both countries are so religious. See, believe me guys, Nigeria has churches every 2 blocks or every 1 blocks. There was a day I was in the middle or central of Nairobi. I was walking down, I didn't even know, I can't remember the streets right now. I saw a church called Helicopter of Jesus Christ Ministry. I just saw something like that. I was like, if you have seen that church, please leave it down in the comments. We also have a church in Nigeria that we call Celestia and Kerubu. They mainly wear white garments. Sometimes they don't wear shoe. Then they use white cap and something. I saw exactly the same thing in the middle of Nairobi on one Sunday afternoon. I was coming back from my own religion center. Then I was crossing across the road and I saw them on the road. On the road, I was like, is Sele and Kerubu also in Kenya? So because of this, Kenyans vibe so well with our gospel artists. Sometimes I relate when Kenyans say that they listen to, at least down in my comment section, I've seen like 3 or 4 comments that have said that they listen to our gospel artists, not only this entertainment artists or something, our gospel artists like Sinach, like Nathaniel Bassey and stuff like that. If you can relate, if you know all these gospel artists and musicians I'm talking about, please leave their name in the comment section. Some even said they listen to most of the Nigerian ministers like Apostle Sema, like Bishop Oyedepo and so on. So have Islam, yes, a lot of Muslims are in Kenya, also in Nigeria. Then if you remember, while I was saying I have 5 points, but kidogo, because it's not like a major point, but it's part of it, is the fact that we have a common language. Now, earlier point I mentioned that Nigerians and Kenyans, they are diverse communities, but what you don't know that they have kind of devised a means to communicate among themselves. Like in Nigeria, what I mean is in Kenya we have Swahili. Despite the fact that they have different tribes and different languages, there is a language connecting them together that all of them can speak and they can in turn communicate and understand themselves. It is exactly so in Nigeria. We have Swahili in Kenya, example of Swahili words that I know so far. Please don't laugh at me. Actually, some people have actually said I tried Karibu Sana, Asante Sana, Nakupenda, Tunakupenda, na wewe pole, and so on and so forth. But in Nigeria, we have something called Pidgin English. Most Nigerians can speak Pidgin English. If you cannot speak English, which is our official language, Pidgin English is what Nigerians use to communicate. Even old women that has not gone to school, some of them know how to speak Pidgin English, because you can travel to another place that you don't understand their language. You just make do with speaking Pidgin English. Example of Pidgin English is how you na dey, how you na dey. You don't chop. As you dey watch me since, so where you never subscribe, why you never subscribe? Press that subscribe button. Make you now press that subscribe button. Give this video, give a thumbs up like this. Give this video thumbs up. So that's an example of Pidgin English. If you want me to teach you how to speak Pidgin English, leave it down in the comments. And if you watch this video to this point, oh, thank you so much, and leave love, yes, leave love down in the comment section, okay? Please do not forget, if you watch to this point without skipping, please leave love in the comment section. Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel. See you in my next video. Bye.